Hey guys, I got something a little bit different today. So I got these JBL speakers. One of them was quieter than the other one, and I determined that it was the tweeter. There's this thing here, it's called a diaphragm. And this tweeter, the diaphragm in it has been replaced in the past with a low quality one, and it just couldn't reproduce some of the high frequencies and doesn't sound that good. So I'm going to swap out with this slightly better, hopefully, diaphragm. Still a AliExpress type deal. Actually, this one's from eBay. This is an eBay classic, this one. So yeah, we'll see if we can get this thing up and running again. So for those of you that don't know much about speakers, this one is for doing like the bassy sub sort of sounds, and this one here does the higher frequencies, and so together they kind of try and give you a more rounded, accurate sound. Normally you'd need another sort of in-between speaker and maybe even a bigger sub speaker to get the full range, but this does pretty good for what it is. So we will pull out our negative and positive. Stay. Alright, so this is the magnet, the driver. So we can unscrew this part. This part's the horn. It just directs the sound. Does not make any sound. Right, I'm going to do these screws. See, there's the magnet and the type of driver it is. So there is our magnet. This is kind of interesting. This is the old one, and it's got a alloy kind of cap, but the actual this face here is plastic, which might give you some clues with the quality. And inside this is meant to be titanium and a little coil of copper. And that coil of copper gets pulled up and down in this groove here. So that sits in there, and it basically makes this vibrate, which sends the sounds this way out of the speaker. Kind of interesting, eh? I reckon. Let's put a new one of them in. So there's the new one. Looks pretty similar. Metal. So hopefully that's better. I think it is aluminium. There we go. Let's put this back in the speaker. Reattach this one on the other side. Cool. Let's see what it sounds like. I have an app and it will play white noise. So white noise is an even amount of noise through the entire range. It's a good way of sort of getting a bit of an idea of what your speaker can output. So here we go. So I've got the other speaker below, and just listening to that I can hear that this top speaker is actually outputting what sounds like higher frequencies than the bottom one. So because it's a newer speaker, maybe I'll replace the other one as well. So I have another app that can play tones. So let's play 500 Hertz. Now that's annoying. Thousand. 4,000 Hertz. Let's put this grill back on. Very good. After listening to the difference between the two, I've decided I'm going to replace the diaphragm in this tweeter as well, because the new one is definitely has a better response to high frequencies. So when EQing the system, you really want the speakers to match. I'll do this one quickly as well. Let's put the new one in. The new and the old are very, very similar designs. The old one for sure looks like it's had some use though, but I would say this is probably an original. It's a new one and the old one. This one's shiny. Here's a hot tip for you. See these drills, right? And they've got these dials on top. I found most people just don't know what they are for. Well, this one is for drilling, so it's locked. There's no slip in the machine. When you pull the trigger, all the force goes into the bit and into what you're doing. If it slips, it's going to slip on the head, not in the mechanism. So this is the amount of torque that will be applied before the gear inside slips. So we do delicate stuff like I put it on the lowest one, which is like 1 I guess. And so as soon as it meets any significant resistance, which will be the same every time, it stops, and that's where you hear the clicking. And so you don't overdrive stuff and strip out screws into this soft wood. So here's a hot tip. Let's see what this sounds like compared to the bottom one. So let us put some more pink noise through. Oh, yeah. Sounds exactly the same. This is great. Didn't I say pink noise? I meant white noise. Pink noise is different. So pink noise is more how our human ear hears things. Our human ear is better at hearing higher frequencies. Pink noise puts more lower end frequency in, which is really good for tuning a system by ear. If you want to walk around the room and say, does all tones sound familiar to my ear? Where white noise is better from a technical standpoint. So there you go. Another useless tip. That sounds identical to me. Ah, oh, so good. Happy done, son. Ah, oh, so good. Brilliant. Done. How good. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something.